TV. It should be working. Yeah, so if YouTube gives more problems, you can use Picarto. Oh, okay, I think it should be working now. Finally. Okay. Okay, finally. Sorry. It's working properly now. And I want this to be screen. But why doesn't it have color? Draw an editing layer. It's selecting the back layer. Going on here, like it's as if it selected the white. Okay, well, okay, strange. Something's weird with this program. Like the buttons, the options are different, so you kind of have to guess a lot of this. And I think it's maybe set to be something. Oh, can I remove option? I don't. Okay, now it's working. Okay. Too many buttons. And like until it's gonna take a while. And so now the hair, I wanna color to a bit more aqua green now that I can. getting there, and all the bits and of the hair line art. So this is the Color Me Collab 10th line art. When this too, I missed this line art because I had some other things I needed to finish. Some spare time, and I'm using it to do this line art that I've been meaning to do for a while now. Lab is an event where artists can donate a line art for other artists to color. I really enjoyed participating in this event because it's always awesome to see what color interpretations other artists give to your own line art. And it's a great way to meet other artists as well. Tag with my friend June Fender. And we've been working we've been participating on the event ever since, and we even started a comic book called Niels Feynman. I'm going to do a new page from Niels Feynman on this Thursday on the line art. And until then, I'm doing the Color Me collab. I've been putting off for a while now. And we are doing new line arts every month, more or less. Like we had a new round of Color Me collab last month. This month we're doing the Draw collab. This is another event that artists get together to what the audience asks us. And also it's a great way to promote your comics and other work that you have. If your skills and find new followers that enjoy your style. Oh wait, I already had a layer. Get in there. And this is a bit exhausting on the, but I'm kind of trying to use more bolder colors. It's something that I have avoided generally. Like I do prefer more subdued colors, but I'm trying to give my hand get better at using bold colors. When it comes to print, I find that they're better. Not only that more people um, they sell better, but also when you're printing a comic, sometimes the printing services can't relay all of the subtle differences and nuances that you have drawn. So if you use a lot of pastels and use subdued if you print that for a comic, you're really not gonna get the same contrast, and they're just gonna be a lot harder to understand one on a page, especially on a small panel. So when you're drawing, these are kind of things you might wanna keep in mind. What is the end goal of what you print? There are some things you might wanna have in mind when doing this, such as more contrast, more color. And I'm almost done with this plant. And then I'm gonna go in with a bit of green. But first I'm gonna finish. Okay, so I have a leaf here as well. And I don't know if I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna turn it into white. I think white would be better. I'm not clear how this leaf goes, but I think this is how it is. Erase that. Okay. I'm gonna do the sheet. skew it to blue. Turn it more to green. And hopefully when I blend these, it will turn out okay color. Usually when you mix green and blue, green and best results. But Clip Studio Paint has some really interesting blending options. And so I'm a lot more confident that I can get like an interesting combination that I wouldn't be able to get in Photoshop. Like the best and most interesting color blending options. You have PaintStorm, but PaintStorm doesn't work on live streams. It has way too many issues. Pencil. No, I want. Let's see if it lightens it up. No, it does not. It's a lie. Where's the ink pen? Okay, pen. Because I have blending options for it here. But I don't want it to skew, but it does. I just it didn't do anything for it. I tried. And I'm gonna go to leaves. Color this in. Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. Layer selected. And for 20 minutes before 4 o'clock, so it's almost 3:30, and I'm gonna have. Hi Anna, how are you? Can you guess which line art is this, or did you see the post? I'm doing the 10th Color Me collab. maybe my this is not. Oh, okay. Microphone is still. I had some issues before. Windows made some updates. Yeah, I'm coloring the old line arts. I figured it would be more interesting for you guys to see than if I did the sketches, because they're pretty messy and like people are probably not gonna understand what's going on. June is working on page 20 5 now, so like 2 more weeks and I finished chapter 1. I've already started looking for publishing companies to see where I can get a boost on comic for visibility. And I've seen some web that they're publishing companies for comic book artists, and they have stuff on their frequently asked questions or read before. We strongly, and strongly all caps written. We strongly you have a big following before submitting to us. In 2 weeks, consider your submission rejected. Sorry. They want you to submit if you have a big following on social media, and if they don't reply in 2 weeks, consider your submission rejected. Yep, it's on their page. Before you submit, read the condition. Yeah. I have a big following. Why you need them? If we have, because we're both comic writers. Seriously, what's their logic in all of this? Publish your books on Lulu for really low prices. Like they only ask that you order a proof copy, and that's your books on Lulu for free. And they're cheap. 40, like what is it? 40 pages, full color, $4.50. That's why would I ever wanna another company that doesn't do anything? Oh, they wrote there that they assume the cost of printing on, but like I have to do all of the publicity or what? It's my responsibility to deal with the advertising. I'll publish some of my on Italian apps for indie comics. Aren't you limiting your fan base? your, I don't know, if you go just Italian, or I don't know if you've seen, there's a section of Spanish comics now on Tapastic. I'll put my comic on the Spanish section. Generally nice. Maybe I can ask in the forums. Or Italian readers. Why do you think are important audience to attract? Like, why not? You think that the general international audience is indifferent, more support for Italians if you show that you are. Maybe one day I want to self-publish my manga in Comic-Cons. Oh yeah, so like they would be more familiar with you. Since I am in the USA, I don't have to worry about that. Like I have to uh, put it in English anyway, so I got less to worry about. But if we and if I want to do something there, then yeah, maybe I should publish in Romanian. But most Romanian English, so it's not really an incentive. Yeah, to print and sell. Like if I can get into a publishing book chain store like Cărturești, the ones with the really bookstores like I was telling you, then yeah, for them I would translate to Romanian for sure. I also really like their bookstores, and like I would be super happy want me in there, but I don't know exactly what kind of people they are. Uh, and after any douchey business people, I'm kind of I don't even wanna shitty. Like I would rather live with the um dream that, oh, that's a good company. Like I don't want to know to see uh how it would be to work. Because in Romania, like they import a lot of the business practices that are in the West. Like if there's something shady and crappy done in the West, Romania has to do. For what I saw in Italy, first try to create a fan base, then self-publish, and if I'm very good, publish with an editor. Hi June, how are you? We were talking about self-publishing. I've been looking on websites uh, where I can publish Niels. And I really like the submission page for the um, science fiction magazines. Like, these are professional, polite people. I showed Anna uh, their where was the link? Fiction, non-fiction, home. Submit a story. Like, you have easy to find. And submission guideline here and everything is explained. You retain the rights. Um, you have the rejection response times, questions. For example, if you have some questions, they actually put the email here where you can send the question. Like, I've been looking at so many websites that are just so stupid. I was telling Anna about one that tells you that before submitting to have a big fan base, and really ridiculous in my opinion. Like, if I have a big fan base, why do I need a publishing company? What possible reason could I have for needing them? But yeah, we'll see what we can do. Like, now it's not enough to do the work to make the book. You have to prove that there are a lot of people that like it before anybody looks at it. Understand, publishers wanting to be safe like this, but um, you're denying yourself access to some pretty good artists solely on the fact that they're not good at self-promotion, and self-promotion is something that is not taught in school. Um, Even if you do like marketing courses, you get a marketing degree. Uh, that necessarily means that you're gonna be good at it. Uh, Too much lag. Hmm. I don't know the issue is. Sound codes H2. Like, if it's the sound, maybe my cable broke somewhere. Which one was it? No, I don't think it's the audio. Yeah, I'm not sure what is. Hopefully it's not gonna be a problem for the quick job that we have for this weekend. Like I'm gonna try and do a test tonight. And also do another test in the coming days to make sure that all your stuff is working properly. Like if you have new devices you want to check, let me know and we'll talk on Google Hangouts to test them out. Anyway, promoting a comic without being a silly fangirl of myself promoting my stuff as it's the best in the world doesn't suit me. It's complicated. Like even if you wanna pay, it guarantees that they're gonna do a good stuff, and there's so many companies doing so many things out there. It's kind of hard to find the serious ones that wanna steal your money and give you crap, like write two sentences on their shitty blog that no. And it's kind of hard to find somebody serious in between. Like either you have big companies that have these huge just can't afford, or they only take um, artists that have a manager of their affairs. Like for example, I don't think what's it called, Lightspeed um, is gonna even look at my stuff even if I submit it. Moksha, no, it was Lightstream, light speed magazine. Let me go to their main website. So like these guys, they've published Stephen King and George R. and other people like that. So I don't expect it back to me, but I'm kind of looking for a company in between that is serious and is a bit of work and explain to beginner writers what as well, but not to throw their work on the writers, like you have to do the writing of the book, you have to do a whole bunch of other stuff that you're not specialized in. We're just gonna take the money and maybe give you something if we feel like it. And we're like 8 cents per page or that. And it wasn't clear what they were promising to do, like to publish some books on print, but who cares about print anymore? Like how many go to a bookstore and buy printed books. So you just print them, put them in the book, in the store. You don't banners, you don't make any news on the website, you don't do anything, and you expect it to sell. I don't think that works anymore. Maybe it worked at some point where you just put the book on a shelf and it's sold, but that definitely doesn't happen anymore. So, yeah, I'm not sure what those were thinking, and I haven't found any good ones yet. I like these good ones that I know of. I know from interviews that I watched, and with them. Okay, June. Eyes should I give her? I think blue. Maybe purple. Yeah, so I'm gonna go with my brush later on and blend all of that. Okay, and a lot darker with this one. Welcome. So yeah, the hard and confusing world of self-pub. Like to publish yourself is hard. To publish through others, they expect you to publish yourself first and then contact them. Super confusing and discouraging at the moment, but I hope in time I'll sort it out. Like I'm still optimistic. And it's not that I'm looking looking for instant success, like to see some wood. But I'm pleased we have websites like Tapastic and others, and because if it weren't for these websites, I don't think we'd have gotten anywhere. And I think it is a bit absurd expect the creators to handle the marketing as well. Like for example, some critics were blaming Scarlett Johansson, the failure of um, what's it called? Blaming it on Scarlett Johansson for not being more active on social media, and that she doesn't spend countless hours there. And to me, that just seems ridiculous. Like she should be able to focus on her craft, have free time when she take care, June, when she continue working then on the publicity. Take care, June. Thanks for coming. Okay, I'm going to duplicate these layers and move them underneath the background, and I'm gonna make a folder and call it backup, because now what I'm going to do is merge all of those layers so I can blend the whole thing. I read an article about the crisis of promotion and advertising. Lack of promotion and advertising? Lack of promotion in books. Like it seems to me like they're very much promoted. Too much books published just to publish. Um, well, yeah, people, they want to publish their books, but there's like nobody that wants to seriously sit down and actually do the editing job. Maybe they expect good books to just drop out of the sky, or they don't want to do any consulting work unless the creator pays them. Um, it seems to me like they're stingy and greedy. Maybe it's because the industry had gone way down, so the mechanism editor gets money to publish by bank, they spend them for printing and storage. hmm And so what, they don't have any money left? What? What those people that are employed in a publishing company, like what they do all day? Because if it takes them to 2 weeks to doesn't seem to me like they're doing that much. Like what else is occupying their time so greatly? For advert and you get little money back. They publish another book to get more money from the bank, hoping next one will sell better. Yeah, I'm not sure how the vicious cycle started, but it seems to me like some things have gone really wrong, and I'm not clear exactly why. Think left and states they have to pay it too. Yeah, yeah. But it's not clear to me like what's happened. Don't want to read books anymore, or what's the issue? They haven't been able to get good writers anymore because the pay is so no good writers want to write anymore, or the education has failed good writers. Like where does the crisis stem from? Are there multiple reasons? Delays to publish whatever, to get financial support by banks, or to print every time few copies at a major price. Yeah, what's going on? Like I was listening to that interview from George R. R. Martin, and uh, he was saying about how if you want to get the attention of a bigger printing company, like he never mentioned anything companies, publishing companies, sorry. But he said about bigger ones that you have to have 20 short stories under your belt. Yeah. And that's a ridiculous amount. And like, why do you have to have 20 short stories? Like, I don't know, you're not, like, has it gone to that stage where you need to have like 20 items on sale if somebody even looks at you? Understanding the logic of this. Maybe he meant to say something else and I didn't understand what he meant. So then what's the idea? Do I have to have 20 issues of Nils before it's gonna be interesting? Like I have to work for 10 years uh, before I should expect any remote interest. Like GamerCat has 600 episodes on Tapastic, and Cindy has, I think, 60. Yeah, I don't know. And it just seems like it's really hard to generate any publicity. Like publishers want you to be famous before you contact. They want you to be famous before they contact you. In order to be famous, you need a lot of advertising money, which you're a talented yet poor artist. I don't know. It just seems like it's a vicious circle that it's kind of hard to get out, and you have that for employment as well. And do many tanko boons. Um, like for example, they don't hire you because you don't have experience. and you can't get experience. And so do that you promote new content, new people to enter the industry. Like George R. R. Martin saying about how difficult it is to launch new artists buy something from an unknown. They only want brand names. Established artists, he called them, established writer. So people only want to buy, let's say, Martin and so on. And he if he can't launch new writers in years, you're not gonna have any new content. Well, yeah, and you also need to introvert. So what happens when you're not? Like, what do you do with the people that are not? Because not everybody's born the same. And ask them, how can I be part of their magazine? And they said, oh well, if you have a lot of support and followers and stuff like that, we will consider you. And they recommended that I go and promote a lot of people in the hopes that they will return the favor. So if the only way to get more sales and be successful on Society 6 is to do that like for like thing, then it's pretty it bums me down to know that nobody wants to take the time to look at my content and tell me, well, this you need to work on your skills. No, everybody says that oh, you need to build your. So it doesn't matter how good or bad I am. That has nothing to do with it. Like the quality. Let's expensive people take all this on Facebook, and one got hired by a not so trusting Eddie for cheering and yippee guy. Manga here, my manga there. Yippee guy? Sorry, the expression. Manga here, manga there. kept talking about her manga. Yeah, I've heard about these, that harmlessly promote your work. And I'm like, I'm sorry, but I have shame. I have humbleness. Like, I can't tell people I wanna show them, and hopefully they'll think it's good. Writers have gotten lazy, expecting, the writers to uh, do a lot of the work of promotion themselves. Like, I'm not sure what if they can, so many of them blatantly ask, because this is not the first time, I've seen this. Like, I'm only interested in your work and your page if you have uh, a large following. And they do a quick Google search to see how many followers you have on Facebook and on on Instagram and so on. People there, they're not gonna bother with you. And it's ridiculous because they themselves don't have that many followers. Like, still her manga's not out. Like, some of these printing companies that they ask that you have a large following, they themselves don't have a large following. Because I got them to see how many followers they have on Facebook, and it's barely anything. Like, there's barely, I don't know who follows them, I don't know who cares about their books, but they expect you to have a large following. It's it's ridiculous. I don't understand how they're still functioning with this strategy and this mentality. Do I need to be a total douchebag? Or maybe they're not doing great financially, and it's just the whole industry that's falling apart, really, and there's nobody left. Except for, a couple of big companies wouldn't bother with my work anyway. Because they're already printing Stephen King, and understand, like, I don't pretend to be on equal footing with Stephen King, but I kind of do expect to have some room in this world for me. Some advertising through Flame, lol. What is Flame? Service, or what is it? If one starts to complain, she is not a famous illustrator. A web battle starts. Flame is a web battle. Ah, Versi. Now I get it. If someone, I don't know, let's say, says, "Oh, I've been bullied because I'm a Muslim woman," or like that, and or other kind of drama, because she said that Holocaust or something, and then starts a drama, and then more people go to their page or something like that. Yeah. So people debate this comic was published just because for her story or real ability. Yeah, I hate drama. You know what people react to. No, behold. Like these, I think it's totally people's fault for clicking on this. Because they prefer scanned work. Serve as people buy the comic, see if it's good or. Yeah. Such a tricky thing to do this. Like Ghostbusters tried to do this kind of drama type of crap and they backfired in their faces. They had those whole stupid girl power uh, posters and took pictures of themselves and thought, oh, you know what would be a great idea? Let's start some shitty drama. And that's Sony's brand. It seems to me like at the moment, I don't know how they were before or how they plan to do things later, but at the moment, this certainly seems to be how they're trying to do things. Oh, why pay for advertising? I had trust that we did a great film and try and promote it that way. Or maybe they knew they had a shitty film and they thought, you know what? Drama. My worry is causing these flames a lot of times makes the editor less trustworthy. Yeah, I would not wanna get mixed up with an editor that does that for sure. Uh, I understand that people like doing this a lot, and it's I mean, a lot of people like to say, oh, don't hate the company. People are to blame, but um, throwing water on, sorry, throwing gasoline on the fire and perpetuating this kind of bad behavior. And like ultimately, I don't think it's helping anybody in the long term. But yeah, I think that short stories are the way to go, and I'm gonna try and have less pages for the next chapter with Niels. Like I'm at 20. And just try and get rolling as fast as I can. Um, because it takes a lot of time to do a comic, and people's interests, I guess what I want to say. And also I will strive to like raise the quality of the comic, but it is it's kind of difficult to do a really high quality comic and do it quickly. Kind of have to wonder what do you sacrifice. Like you need the quality for advertising material, but then you can't do it all the time. Like make it super in every panel. Like I wouldn't give up on making the comic colored, full color. You're right, a lot of the comics I fall into past hiatus or got caught by their page stuff. Not doing, yeah. Yeah, like I would avoid hiatus as much as I can. And since I don't have to worry about that either. He has his own financial issues. Samantha had surgery and I don't know what happened to her anymore because she didn't reply to my mails. Hope she's okay. And that was the report. Yeah, it's great of a report, and I think I will cancel my too, but I plastered it everywhere, so kind of reluctant in canceling that because I would have to correct and erase Patreon from there. I'm doing a lot better on Tapastic. People are tipping me, which is great. Oops, that's the leaf. A Patreon. I was thinking maybe cancel Patreon. Really supports me. Yeah, and also, also Patreon stuff. They don't care about noise. Yeah, they told me that they only deal that have had significant growth in on Patreon. They're not looking for anybody that might possibly be interesting, do anything to support newcomers. Like they have that crappy featured section where you can only see, and they do absolutely nothing to moderate and help the banners that, like, I've seen some people being featured and they had some absolutely horrible banners. Yeah, that kind of, like, I don't know how that isn't copyright infringement. I don't know how Disney hasn't shut down that yet. Sell sends out on Patreon. I'm interested in some. Definitely not the anatomy. I'm not very good at that, but I guess coloring, painting, digital. But there are so many other artists I rather support. Like I don't even bother. John does. Um, I know way better artists, and I follow there and support them however I can. Like I don't even wanna do traffic for the pages for Sakimi-chan. And he does for, a lot of, like I don't think he has license to do that. DCU, for MCU, for Disney, like there are way too many there. And he sells all of them for money, I think. I don't know, maybe he just did those and he's using it as cover. And he does other things in private. Because, like, there's not a law against, on your Facebook cover. For example, I have a collaboration I did with someone. I did with several people actually for my Facebook cover. I've asked permission for it and I don't sell that stuff because I don't own it completely. Like I did part of it, but um, the line art wasn't mine. The dinosaurs are Varani's, and the dwarves are I think it was Manuel. It was so long ago, I don't remember, but I think it was Manuel's. You were nerds before. The sound cut off. The sound cut. It's laggy all the time. Oh, I'm sorry. I wish I knew the issue is. the colors turned out. I still got like a lot to do. But this is how it's looking so far. I will end the stream here and continue next time. I don't know when that's going to be. Thank you for watching. It's 5. I have to end the stream. Watching. Hope see you next time. Bye bye.